So as we move forward, let's make sure that we're giving all of the children the current information with the math, the science. We're moving towards a world now where we're looking at space. So let's make sure that we are current, and let's not baby these kids, because they have the mindset to go places that we will never go.
Why is this so important? It's important because Fugees is short for refugees. So a lot of people might have heard of the band but didn't know the idea of where the word came from. The word came from because my parents were born in Haiti. And Haiti is, of course, 80% of the population living on less than $1 a day. And what I want you to understand is growing up in extreme poverty from
The Secretary General of the United Nations recently mentioned that we may go back 20 years. I hope this is not the case.
Education challenge. And he's calling on all.
This is therefore very important. What I'm also thinking, listening here.
And the reality is that more often than not, philanthropists are reluctant.
I think after 3 days at the RewirEd Summit, my key takeaway is that the world is ready to begin to dialogue again. We're ready to recommit to education. We understand that what we've been doing has been successful in some ways, but we can do better. We can do a lot more if we collaborate, as we share ideas, as we ask questions together, and as we make new commitments to continue learning, commitments to increasing finance in education, connectivity, commitments to early childhood education. And I think we're all leaving feeling excited to implement some of those things that we've learned here and that we have been able to hear about. Sierra Leone is a very small country with very little resources and with big goals and commitments to educate all of our people. Our literacy levels, adult literacy levels are low, and we want to transform that within this generation. And so we have to put certain things in place. At the core of ensuring that we meet our 2030 goals is use of education technology, and to underpin that, to drive that, is connectivity. And so the RewirEd Declaration on Connectivity really enhances us and enables us, countries, and the visions that we have to say we want to provide quality education to everybody. In this drive to finance education, and our education budget now is about 22%. We're still trying to get to 25%. But we've been able to add every year, including in the year of COVID. It's important that, as to the second part of your question, that those monies are used effectively and wisely.
I think the current curriculum needs to link better with the kind of jobs that are available in the market. Young people need to be supported, they need to be skilled so that they can make that transition into the labor market more smoothly. The second thing I would say is that we need to make climate change education a part of our curriculum. Young people need to learn what climate change is, how they can fight it, how they can become more resilient, how they can become part of the climate change movement better, so that they are able to, in the future, adapt better as well. I think climate change education is the #1 way to move forward towards achieving climate justice, so that is essential. And the third thing I would say, and most importantly, is that teachers need to be skilled as well. They need to learn how to include technology, mediums like social media, to increase the motivation of young children in order to skill them better and make that transition to the labor market smoother as well. I think the RewirEd Summit has been extremely successful in getting decision makers, political leaders, young people, youth, civil society in one place, so that we can have a discussion, we can brainstorm about ideas of how to rewire education for the future. But this is just the first step. from now, I think we have to think about how we take this forward, how we create real change, how we take all of these ideas and create it into action. But I think the first and most essential step is to get into the room and discuss ideas, and that's what the RewirEd Summit has done extremely well.